Hello, welcome to International Business in Context, San Francisco. My name's Dr. Robert McMurray, Reader in Management, and I'll be leading you on this module. The purpose of this short clip is just to say a little about what the module involves, why San Francisco is a great context in which to consider business, and what you can expect in terms of assessment. So why consider business in an international context? Well, from the moment we wake up, the goods and services we consume are produced by individual firms and multinational companies from around the globe, facilitated by the laws, policies, and agreements of national governments and international associations and regulators. Each of these organisations is in constant flux, as are the relationships that go to make up those organisations. It's the product of what Strauss calls an ongoing negotiation of order that actively maintains or transforms our organised world. We only need to think about Trump or Brexit, or in fact the financial crisis that struck to understand the reality of this position. These types of international issues challenge our traditionally held assumptions that it is national politics and cultures that determine the way that we do business. Now, to some extent, it's still true. The place of family, the role of trust, the nature of physical contact, the development of relations, and the expectations of conduct are all still based on local practices, on our geography and where we're from. It's one of the challenges of doing business in an international context that things do vary from place to place. And yet, trade between nations and regions has always acted as a conduit for the exchange and assimilation and convergence of culture, practices, norms, and business. The 20th and 21st centuries witnessed a hastening of these processes as new information technology, mass transportation, language conversion, automated systems, 24 hours working and trading brought the world closer together. It brought about a mobility of ideas, people, capital, information, services, culture, power, markets that had never really been seen before as the convergence of economic, political, and technological trends push business ever further forward. This is our challenge, to understand local practice in an international context, to appreciate global trends and local difference. By now it should be clear that the subject of business in an international context is vast. It's impossible to master it in a single module, or indeed an entire career. So rather than give you a little of everything and an in-depth experience of nothing, we invite you to join us on an exploration of business in one specific international context. We invite you to consider, experience, and participate in one of the drivers of globalization: innovation. With our partners at the University of San Francisco, we'll help you discover what made Silicon Valley and the surrounding areas such a success. We'll understand what the specific culture, geography, policies, laws, and incentives of this international context meant for innovation, for creativity, and for taking projects to a wider world. All this is facilitated through expert lectures, presentations, company visits, Q&As, and networking events, all supported with formative and summative feedback. Of course, the real context for this visit is you. It is about our attempts and desire to develop you as an individual, as a manager, and as a team player. And on that basis, we've set up exercises and events that will help develop those skills. You'll be given the opportunity to innovate, to learn, and to get feedback. Some of that feedback will be immediate on the trip, in terms of the pitches and presentations you do, and others will relate to your assessed work, which in this case are a video as a group that summarises your pitch and an individual piece of reflection. You can find more about those on Duo. So make sure you've done the preparation and pre-reading prior to the trip, and we look forward to seeing you and your ideas fly. See you in San Francisco.